Okay, let's get right into this, people, because these Hong Kong protests don't make no sense. Because they don't have no signs. They're not doing nothing but running around the city, sitting in the station, or running outside and going back and forth with police. It's like they have no substance of being out there. Like, I'm starting to think that this protesting to be out the house and to be doing something. Because they have no leadership out there. If you know about control opposition, you know they can use protests to the government can use protests to bring about their own agendas and trick the minds of the people. So the people in the 5K Hong Kong chat on YouTube don't want to hear it. I'm gonna go right to it. They don't want to hear the truth because Hong Kong is owned by Britain, owned by Western society. I mean these people are owned by Westerners. That's not no sovereign nation. Makes you think you're a sovereign nation. You're not sovereign. That's why ain't nobody coming there with troops or nothing. Ain't nobody coming in there with troops. They know what's going on there. They don't care. Why would they care? Like they own this place. The Westerners own China and Hong Kong, y'all. There ain't no sovereignty. They have a United Nations for a reason. One rule over people, United Nations. They do the same shit in Saudi Arabia, Israel, Africa. Ain't nobody invading and taking over doing nothing. But these fools in this chat room want to block me. But they don't like the truth. Like, your protesters aren't very smart. I doubt they read their own history. I doubt they can add 1+1. Like, come on. Let me move this silly ass chat room out the way. But since they can't let me chat, I guess I'll just copy their live stream and I'll do all the chatting myself. Like, make a video of myself. This bull. Don't worry, we got some more video coming. We got video all over the internet of this. Again, Hong Kong is you remember at the beginning of these protests some months back, people was waving the Hong Kong flag. Not the Hong Kong, they were waving the Great Britain flag. The same flag America has, but different colors. Anybody remember that? Nobody remember that? And this fool is doing the same as me. He's just playing video of the protests. I don't know where the hell he's at. Because you go to YouTube, you type in Hong Kong protest live, you get the 5K channel, you'll get this dude. So he's not doing shit but viewing streams, just like I'm viewing streams. His moderators are dumb as shit. They're just dumb as shit. They forget to mention, like I said, Britain owns China, Hong Kong. The Western society owns that. The United Nations is basically Western society. You think if you have a UN, they would have been sent peace troops in. Wasn't the Peace Corps troopers? The Peace Corps troopers? The UN didn't send no peace troopers there, so they know what's going on. They know people out here throwing rocks, getting shot, setting fires. They're not really destroying anything at all. People saying, oh, they're destroying the city. They're not destroying the city. They just have a whole bunch of trash in the streets, and they may sit inside of a They may sit in at a station, at a transportation station. And nothing's being destroyed, as you can see. Usually the cops are just picking people out the crowd, talk to them, and put them in the back of the police van. But at this point, that's what they're doing. They're not shooting anybody. I mean, the protesters don't leave Hong Kong. They just run around Hong Kong, or the police keep them in one area until they go home, till the majority go home. And then it's just a bunch of dumb people out there doing nothing, to be honest. Just out there having fun, to be honest. A lot of them out there just spectating, looking around, not protesting. A lot of them don't know their own history. A lot of them can't connect dots. A lot of them are not what we call woke individuals. You don't hold no protest and then you stay in that one area. Like they have no leadership out there. The guy from months ago that was on TV with that girl who was organizing the protest, he's no longer in the movie. Like I'm gonna look it up, but I don't see that guy who was on TV with that girl a few months ago talking about the extradition bill and pro democracy protests. You know, the face of these protests, them two people, the guy and the girl, I don't see them no more. So what actually is going on? As you can see, people just walking around. And it's frozen. There you go. It's about to unfreeze. You did have police shoot somebody. I think some protester walked up on him or something. He shot him and shot the other one. You had a guy set on fire because he kept fucking with the protesters. Some Chinese guy was just harassing the protesters. So one of them poured gasoline on him and with a quick hand flipped his lighter at him and set him on fire. But he's okay. He has minor burns, that old guy. And that same old guy was chasing protesters around the freaking train station or the bus station. Just chasing them around. Like, come on. Of course, if you antagonize the protesters, they're going to beat your ass. Again, some of them aren't protesters. A lot of them out there are just troublemakers. You got a lot of people just spectating, looking around. You got troublemakers. There's a lot of young people out there. You know, young people are dumb as shit. Now, young people don't read deep enough into history to know what really going on. So I asked them about LGBTQ homosexuality out there in Hong Kong. They talking about I'm changing the topic. So what? So what? You got a city full of gays. That's big. That's just as big as a problem as your pro-democracy protest. How you gonna have a peaceful city if you got the devil running all through it? You're not gonna have much peace with the devil running all through your country. It's gonna collapse anyway. Every society that has went down a sexual, deviant, immoral path has collapsed. That goes for America. It's on its way down. It goes for any place like that. Now, if they followed the rules of God, if they followed the laws of God, they wouldn't be having this problem, would they? If their leadership in the first place followed the law of God, they wouldn't have this problem. If they were governed by God, they wouldn't have this problem. Let me get this in 480. Once again, China, Hong Kong were owned by the Britons, Great Britain, Europe. They're still owned by them. They are not a sovereign nation, especially under the United Nations. You're not a sovereign nation. They like to play like they're sovereign. They're not sovereign. And there's a such thing called Lucifer Kingdom. So, all right. That's him, not us. Let's go read the chat room, y'all. So his shit is acting up. Let's go read the ignorance in the chat room. Let's see what this person said. Lucas ain't doing shit about what I'm doing. He's reporting on the news. Lucas ain't doing shit. What's Lucas doing? Not a thing, Lucas. Give me a second. Again, not a thing, Lucas. And if you support them, you'll be out there helping. Then again, ain't no point going out there helping because there's nothing you can do. It's like there's nothing they can do. They can protest all they want. There's really nothing they can do. Even when they're asking for a new government, that's going to be the same old government. It's going to be the same government controlled by the same people who going to make it seem like it's peaceful there. And then some more shit going to come up. In the beginning, these protests was organized by the government. And the people who organize it, I believe, have strong connections to the government. You know, a lot of them protesters on drugs, or not even protesters, a lot of them bad apples on drugs out there running around with their face covered. High as hell, high drunk as hell, young as hell, high drunk, running around crazy. And again, they just stay stuck in that one spot. That one Hong Kong area, a couple mile area. That's all they do. They don't take the so-called protest nowhere else outside of Hong Kong. They don't go nowhere near mainland China. An excuse that somebody in the chat room said, oh, they would be in concentration camps. Okay. They're sending you to detention centers already. They so-called shooting y'all already. If they're already shooting y'all, what's the point of staying in Hong Kong and not taking the protest to China? If you're already getting shot and killed, like, okay, that's very wise. They need to worry about the immoral ways they practice as a people also. But the Hong Kong people went insane too. They insane. Insane, sleep, don't think. Let's turn this up.
Couple hours, so thank you for your concern. It's been like a long-term marathon, you know. So like sometimes when nothing much is going on, or sometimes I just leave the live stream on, and we have the help of Jupi Star and many other people in the comments who are helping translate when I leave the screen on.
Yeah.
So I had some rest in between the last 30 hours, but yeah. I feel a little bit.
He's some rest, dude. You're at home just streaming this from other people's website like I am, dude. You're like, come on.
Dumber than usual. Yeah, now most of the images we're getting actually are Mongkok, Prince Edward, which is actually very close to Mongkok. What we're seeing in Prince Edward, wait, are they inspecting a car or something?
Again, at this point, there's no substance to these protests. There's no point. Again, they have no demands. They have no signs. They have no leadership. They have no nothing. They're just out there running around like fools, yo. They're running around like chickens with their head cut off for nothing. Like, they have no strategy. They have no nothing. They just don't. It's like they're basically wasting their time at this point, just staying in that one area.
We see people here. We see a lot of reporters and few people who are running behind the tear gas bombs, putting them out or simply throwing them back at the police. We see also large containers with water where they're just throw the tear gas canisters, the tear gas mortars. Sorry.
They throwing things at police ain't getting nothing done. Standing around having a face off ain't getting nothing done. Like, you're not asking to see the government of Hong Kong and to give them demands or nothing. Like, come on. They have no voice out there. They have no leadership.
Inside. And sorry, it seems that someone got injured. A reporter apparently got injured. Now the cloud is just getting thicker and thicker, the cloud of tear gas. Tree Lee, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution, and your comment is, thank you Lucas, we support you and Hong Kongers. Thank you so much.
People don't know what they support, and they really don't know what the hell is going on there.
Now, you see that the police, like, if I was the commander of these police, I would say, all right, don't shoot.
Why aren't you the commander of the protesters? Huh? They have no direction. No direction at all. Then you got a bunch of hooligans out there running around protesting. And the hooligans not protesting, they just out there want to cause trouble.
I guess. Just slowly get close by and use your hands to catch those you think are breaking the law. And they're going to run away. If they run away and go away, just let them go away, because your job as crowd control police is supposed to control the crowds, not poison the city.
Your job is to arrest people who may break something or such and so, I guess. Who may go inside and destroy buildings, I guess. That's their job. They pretty don't care what you're protesting about. They're just there to do their job and get paid. That's it. And they don't even know what they're protesting about at this point, it looks like.
I can tell you, if they just slowly walk close here nearby the area, the demonstrators could go away. All the people could go away. And they could do this through peaceful means of demonstration. I mean, peaceful means of...
Yeah, peaceful means of demonstrations before he paused. Peaceful means of demonstration. Either way, it's not working at all. Either way, peaceful or not peaceful, it's not working.
Police work. They being a police does not mean that they're forced to use violence against people.
And of course, the protesters have always been peaceful, whatever the heck they're protesting for at this point. The extradition bill was withdrawn a few months ago. They're still out there protesting. More protesters came out when this dude named Child fell from some parking deck. Wherever Child fell from and had a head injury. That's why more protesters came out, because he died from his head injuries. Now, they never said, oh, police pushed him or anything. But when that happened, more protesters came out. Then you got the people who got shot by the police. If you look at the video, they walked up to the officer, started fucking with him or something, he shot him. which again, I don't agree with much of using guns against people who have guns. But it just seems like these protesters don't have signs. They're not shot on demands. I mean, they're just out there at this point with a question mark. It's a question mark on this whole thing right now for me.
Come over, they could talk. There is something called negotiate. They could have negotiation, but we have never seen the police negotiating. They're just always threatening people. If that doesn't work, you can arrest people, and you can arrest them without cracking their heads open with your batons. You have a pair of hands, you are supposed to be trained, you can catch people without injuring them. And yeah, so many other things that they could do without recurring to violence, but no, the police is just happy to, of course they are ordered, I know the truth guys, they are ordered to use as much violence as possible to not only injure people, but also to make people afraid of coming out, afraid of demonstrating.
What are they demonstrating for? Once again, anybody. I know there's one person in here. What are they demonstrating for? I understand pro-democracy, but dude, this just seems so unorganized at this point. It just seems like one big old party at this point. It seems like the protesters are wasting their time. See, they waste their time when they're not taking the fight, when they don't take the fight to mainland China itself. Like, if I'm not in mainland China protesting, it's not working in Hong Kong, I'm trying to think I need to draw up some more plans and expand this protest outside of Hong Kong. You're already getting shot. I said this, you're already getting shot. So, I mean, what's the point of not going outside of Hong Kong? Okay?
I forgot to say that, but yeah, these police are coming from China. Probably most of them. They're PPA or PLA. They're firing more tear gas. The reporters are running in fear of their own safety. We saw in the past, I think it was a reporter or a first aid volunteer, got his back completely burned to a degree that even his spine was injured by the heat of the tear gas.
They got nothing better else to do than stop a car. Nothing better else to do. Really? Oh. I would have just kept driving. What the fuck? Like, really?
We see a young man there being pushed against the wall.
And he's the only car out there. Why is he the only car out there, y'all?
Probably going to be arrested. They're telling the reporters, go away, go away. They're yelling at the reporters, basically barking, down, which means go away, go away.
And they got the media running right next to him, so they're not really that in fear of their life. Now, you're running right next to the people, the so-called police. How much fear are you in, reporters? You got the camera right there. This is boring as hell, y'all.
They're telling the reporters to like keep going away, keep going back. They're naming some streets as well.
It's a reporter who's doing a live stream. This is where he's getting his video from. are from reporters, so they're always next to him. Let's keep going. Again, Hong Kong is owned by Western civilization. China, United Nations, Western civilization. They're all together as one. This is why nobody interferes with nothing. Like nobody interfered in Saudi Arabia, Yemen. Nobody interfered with Israel and the fucking Arabs with the Gaza Strip. Like, come on, y'all. Like, get hip to the program, people. It's like walking sheep protesting out there. Walking sleep people protesting.
This is going on in Tuen Mun, by the way. Up here, top right is Tuen Mun. Bottom right is Mongkok. Saying like, even further, keep going back, more. So, guys, what the reporters want to take footage of is like 2 blocks over there, all right? And they're absolutely breaking something called freedom of the press. They're not allowing the reporters to do their job.
Yeah, people over there have cameras themselves, so hopefully, like this guy, they can
Stream from there.
hopefully this guy, like this guy, they can 2 blocks away, they can turn their cameras on and get live on some type of network and play video and show video. But the protesters have cameras. The people walking around have camera phones. Like,
To another. We see images coming as well from Prince Edward. Here we just see some people walking on the streets right now. Also here images from Tuen Mun. Bottom left is Mongkok, and here Mongkok and Tuen Mun. There is images of all the casings, or maybe not all, but some of the casings that have been collected by reporters and other people. These are casings of like the rubber bullets, the tear gas, and maybe lead pellet bags as well. Yeah, guys, give me a second. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
again, the protesters just gonna stand around. Like the police can let them go anywhere. They're just gonna sit and stand around. I mean, they don't have a leader, and they don't have no demands. Most of them don't know what the hell really going on. They're just out there having fun. I mean, this has been going on since June. Then they're reheated. It's getting pointless to me. Like, what's going on here? It's been like 4 or 5 months. What's going on here, y'all? Y'all still just running around the city here and there. Certain days, more people come out, run around the city with y'all. Like a bunch of kids just having fun, y'all. At the cost of live ammunition, at the cost of some lives, but like they're just having fun out there. Again, and in the left-hand corner, you see people just standing around. He closing up shop on the right-hand corner. He about to go home for the day. Closing up shop. Got the police in the top left corner just checking the car. Got one guy recording them. Now you see where it say live 5.1K people. Let's go over to YouTube. Type in Hong Kong protest. Go to search filter and hit live, and you'll see it. Okay, people walking around in the right hand corner, right hand top. I mean, don't really much go on. Don't really much go on. Again, they said demonstrations. Demonstrations is just them. It's what you're looking at. That's it. Well, like they're waiting for the ones in charge to change something. Or you're waiting around on the streets for the people in charge and who enslave you, who control you, to change something. Really, really, that's all y'all gonna do? Just wait around, run around the city. That's it. I believe the police get bored and they just go harass people. That's why I see they just get bored. That's that same red car they stopped. The only car on the street driving at the time. Don't know why. Don't know why they stopping, but the only car. I don't know if the people can leave Hong Kong and go to China mainland just to go to get away from the protests. I don't know. Seem like they can. I don't think they. I don't think they fenced them in Hong Kong. They're not fenced in. Again, they're not destroying. They're not destroying buildings or city. They're just throwing trash. That's all they're doing is throwing trash on the ground, or they'll light some boxes on fire. But there's no real substance to their protests. There's no direction in their protests. There's no leadership. Again, they're under Great Britain rule. Or are they still under Great Britain rule? I believe so, even though Great Britain said they're not. But you know, the hands that used to own them still own them. Again, everything is quiet. Everything is quiet.
Alright, guys. Sorry, I was getting something to eat. I think they're trying to open a. What is this location? I'm not sure right now. I think the reporter was saying it, but I didn't get it. But I think they're trying to force open a gate.
How is trying to force open a gate gonna solve anything? Or how's that part of the strategy, the protest, and gain freedom?
Like, what is that? Is it a restaurant or something? Oh, is it Thai Heng? 係咪太興嚟㗎？我好憎太興啊！我成日去，我之前啦，我去一兩次食嘅時候咧，成日覺得好衰，又貴啦，啲人好衰啦。Alright, give me a second. I will explain what is it. Let me swallow my.
I guess that part of the city not making much money because no one's out there shopping or doing anything at night. And it's 11 at night Monday there, so I guess they are losing money, but they really don't care. They like money could be printed just like that. Like China doesn't care about money. They can put up restaurants, buildings as they please. So
You who might not be very familiar with all the situation in Hong Kong, let me tell you one thing. Um, a terrorist used a taxi to run over a crowd of people. All right, and I'm not just saying it. This happened. There is video proof. All right, the terrorist, a taxi driver who was pro Beijing, ran over a crowd of people, injured many, and even left a girl without the ability to walk. So, what happened to this terrorist, this taxi driver? Well, the police said that is just a common traffic accident. So, yeah, nothing. There was no charge related to like attempted murder or terrorist attack or anything like that. Even though he ran through a crowd twice. So what happened next? These pro Beijing like companies, you know, um,
Uh,
I don't know exactly this one or not, but I know that some pro Beijing companies funded 66,000 US dollars for the taxi driver after running over a crowd of
okay,
people.
66.
So they're not just rewarding a terrorist who attempted to kill people, but they're also an incentive for more terrorist attack like this. And that's why the people of Hong Kong are what we call renovating pro CCP stores. I mean, not only that, but so many other things: how they support, how they finance, how they facilitate the.
So they're going around destroying stores that are pro Beijing. And the taxi driver, I don't know what's going on with the taxi driver running over people. Maybe the taxi driver got fed up with protests and lost his mind and just started hitting people, which he should be in jail. But again, that's how corruption works. If he's not in jail. And them raiding the stores is, again, them raiding people who are pro Beijing or what the heck ever. You know, instead of taking a fight to Beijing, they're just staying in Hong Kong. And I don't know what they're going to do to the store. But you see, the police was everywhere else, but the police not right there where they at with the store. So where are the police when they're breaking into stores? But when they're standing around peacefully, not doing nothing or shouting, well, there go the police. But when they're breaking into stores, the police ain't been there yet. Like, what's going on? What's going on with that?
Police brutality in the government. That's just a very example.
Cause you have people in Hong Kong who don't give a shit about what they're protesting about. They just want to go to work, go home, and do whatever the fuck they do. So I mean, again, you have that. Yeah, you have people like that everywhere. They don't give a fuck about freedom or nothing. Like, don't give a fuck. They figure they free enough. They get to go to work, come home, eat. They figure they free enough. They don't give a fuck about corruption or nothing. And a lot of these bonehead protesters don't have no real idea what's going on. They really don't. I don't know who leading them to break into pro Beijing stores, whatever the hell that means. So if you're not out there protesting for whatever, you're pro Beijing, I guess.
It's a very like concrete example why. I mean, how you cannot you blah, 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 blah. My tongue just got stuck on the top of my mouth. That's just a concrete example that I could tell you on how these CCP shops, basically pro Beijing shops, are directly financing terrorism in Hong Kong.
Well, we just have his say so on that. Directly financing terror. We just how they say so. I mean, this could be just people who own these stores and don't give a shit about what's going on. Like in America, when most white people don't give a shit when black people protest. You don't have white people who protest in America. You really don't have white protests. You don't. Poor or rich, they just don't protest about nothing. Really nothing. When they do protest, they protest what the government wants them to protest like dumbasses. Like dumbasses. They follow the media on TV. Listen to what the media say protest and brainwash them. And they go out there and do it like a dumbass. And they accept that type of brainwash enslavement. Dumbasses.
8C 过后, be careful, have a good sleep, have a good rest, and stay well. Thank you so much for being with us in the live stream.
And again, the history of Hong Kong, as far as I know, Great Britain owns Hong Kong. They say they don't own Hong Kong no more. Hong Kong was colonized, however you say it, they were colonized hundreds of years ago. Supposedly, Britain, Europe, gave them their freedom, which that's not true. I don't believe these fucking devils just handed the Asians their freedom. So you have puppet regimes in China and Hong Kong. You will always have puppet regimes until Christ's Lord comes back and destroys all of this. Cause all of this world you see is going to be destroyed and made new. Um, it's nothing but puppet governments. They took over on the Asian countries long ago. The devil, Lucifer, took over Asian countries a long ago. Like long ago. China is a propped up government. It's always been a propped up government for decades, on decades, on decades. You don't see the Hong Kong government doing anything.
I'm not sure what they're burning on the top left.
Nobody's came out in the government of Hong Kong or China and said nothing.
Objects like cardboard boxes and things like that, most likely.
Again, control oppositions. This is just bad protesting, man. They just bad strategy. They don't have no plans, no nothing. No nothing. What the people in the chat room saying? Yeah, clearing CP, whatever that shit is, pro Beijing and states is not gonna help nothing. Like this is dumb. It is weird no police coming. Why would the police come? Why? Why? Especially if that's controlled opposition breaking into that shop to make it seem like shit is happening. So why would the police come? They're police everywhere else, fucking with the guy in the red car, but they're not right there. Nobody see the group of teenagers trying to break into a store. Nobody sees that. Okay, I guess not. We can see them. Whoever recording them can see them, but the police don't see them. Right. Okay. Right. In the bottom right corner, you see the police still fucking with the guy in the red car. If you see red in that picture, bottom right corner, that's the fucking, see my mouth, that's the car. The top right, you see a street fire. Which they say is a barricade. Oh, yeah, that's not much of a barricade. You can walk straight through that. So on the left, on the left top and the right top, same thing. The red car. They focus on the red car, and you got these people down here with umbrellas, throwing shit out of a Chinese restaurant. So when that dude coming to work tomorrow, he's not gonna have a store. And he got to clean up all that shit. Again, the protests are pointless. Instead of spending your time breaking into a store, why don't you go to where your leader's at and protest around your leader's house? How about that? Where the leaders at? Why don't you go protest around their house, around their neighborhoods? And again, they're not really destroying the city. They went in that one restaurant and threw some chairs. It's just a bunch of crap all over the streets, y'all. You think they would have burned down some buildings by now, but they ain't burnt nothing down. They ain't burnt no buildings down or nothing. They set one man on fire, and he was okay. He got minor burns. Yeah, where did the police go? You see them in the corner still with the red car? Like the police taking a break, fucking with the red car. They like the car for some reason. They like that red car for some reason. They're like, fuck it, we're just gonna chill with the guy in the red car over here and take a break. They taking a break. How about that? They not doing nothing. Nothing. Let me go back full screen. Just silly. Let me see. Nah, going after banks don't mean nothing. They could just reprint money. That's so stupid. Go after the banks. That's stupid. You can put a bank up anywhere. That's stupid. Makes sense. But usually during protests and riots, you burn the buildings, you burn the city down. Like, you know.
Right, sorry guys, I'm back.
I mean, it's common in protests to burn buildings because you don't own the buildings. If anything, the government own the buildings, or in America, the white people own the buildings, so we don't give a fuck about burning their buildings. We really don't. Like, why? Why? Well, the bank's not making money on it. They're not making money on it. So nobody's making no money until y'all fix the shit going on. That's how they protest in America. And they're probably trying to do the same thing there. But I don't understand that line of protesting. I burn the buildings and everything, and I understand it to a certain extent, but I don't understand it like why don't you just go to the leader's house and protest outside their house or something? Like, they're not scared that you're burning buildings that can be replaced, but it might have some effect, but it's not much effect when you go out there and burn the buildings. It's not much effect.
I got a call from my mom. So, yeah, I was talking to her. She's concerned about everything that is happening.
Yeah. 23 degrees
So
Celsius in
sorry,
Hong
what did I
Kong.
miss? Did they arrest someone for yelling that the police was coming? Now they're saying open your umbrellas, open your umbrellas.
Uh,
Momo is jumping over my keyboard. Momo, what do you do, Momo? Give me a second.
the Momo challenge. Put that shit in 480. Put it in 360. At least do 480. 360 ain't crap, man. Like, 480 isn't really ain't crap, but what you doing 360p?
So there is a red car that I've been seeing here for a while already. It seems that they're putting out all the
Seems like they're making love to the red car, the police. They're just fascinated with the red car. And the dude, like, just fascinated.
things from the car onto the ground, and they are arresting the driver. Does anyone have any detail about the car?
It's red. It look like a old Prius. Got some nice rims. Is that a PT Cruiser? Uh, got some more street fires in the left corner and right corner.
So I'm not sure about the situation of this driver, but he's being arrested. They're pointing at his belongings that were in the back, probably because he had a helmet. I didn't know that wearing a helmet in Hong Kong is illegal.
That's not. He was the only nigga driving down the street, y'all. He was the only one driving. I guess that's why they stopped him. I don't like that color red, but he was the only one driving. Like, he's the only one on the street with a car driving. Like, yeah. Like, you don't see nobody driving. Nobody. I gotta go back to the morning protesting where there was people driving.
Well, guys,
The
remember
people
that
try to get to work. They move the
shops
barricades of the
sold
protesters out the way.
masks, like gas masks and other things like construction masks at a very low price. The police raided them, and they not arrested the owner, but they took away everything. They took away everything from the shop. So the police are the looters. That happened in Samsoipo a few weeks ago. I think you remember. Some of you might remember it. They went inside the shop. They raided
Okay, so they're
everything.
burning the
They
building,
checked
y'all.
everything,
Hold
and they
on.
took all the products away. So a shop.
So you see that Chinese restaurant at the left corner, wherever restaurant that was, whatever place. They have now set fire on the inside. It looks like. Again, the police aren't there. They're fucking with the red car. So since the police aren't there, it makes you think that this is again controlled opposition. Like this is planned. Of course, it's planned, but I don't see no fire truck coming. No one calling the fireplace. Police aren't coming and break the crowd up. They're so fascinated with the guy in red. I don't know how far away they are from the people burning that place, but they're so fascinated. Let me see. It look like they set a fire on the inside. If he take his camera and look on the inside, can you look on the inside, dude? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Maybe a small fire. I don't know how much it's gonna spread. You got the media looking around. Some of this is that is the media that's recording, right?
Police when they raided the mask shop. That was right before
He changed the camera. Or they changed the camera. Could change it back. Oh, there you go.
they were going to use a lot of tear
I'm
gas.
still in the bottom left corner.
Thank you,
There's a
Jupiter.
small little fire inside there.
That shop, the mask shop I was talking about, was called Country in Trouble. Yeah, I remember it now that you mention it.
I don't see nobody burning down the police stations. I'm like, really? Give it like 10 more minutes. A fire truck would be there. They take like 12 to 19 minutes from what I read to get there. 12 to 19 minutes. I go a fire truck. Is that the same spot as that? Maybe a different spot.
Like I was saying, yes, that Country in Trouble hardware store was actually supported by a pro-democracy party called. Oh, which one is this one? What? Gongman. It was supported by a far-right pro-democracy party. I'm not sure how you read the first word of that democracy party, but I think I know which one it is. Is it Yit Hüt Gongman? But anyways, thank you for pointing everything, all those things out, guys. Now we see a renovation here going on in Mongkok. We see the police still here in Tuen Mun as well. I think I need to refresh this because I think it's like a minute delayed. So I'm just gonna refresh it. Yeah, there's better. I think sometimes they buffer, and when they buffer, then they continue with a little bit of delay, and the delay adds up. Here we also see the word Chinazi. Chinazi. Wait, now we see first aid volunteers. First aid volunteers running here.
Who the people in the vest, in the yellow vest? What group are the people in the yellow vest with?
Did someone
Oh, the
hear
media?
fire?
Okay, media. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. They ain't got no motherfucking weapons.
The reporter is saying that look, the first aid volunteers have to even wear like bulletproof vests. No, sorry, not first aid volunteers. The reporters. He said the reporters have to wear bulletproof vests. They're talking about they're talking about the vest and the price of it. Actually, I think it's an actual bulletproof vest. So they were talking about the bulletproof vest that this reporter had. But you know, most of the reporters here do not have bulletproof vests.
This is how yellow vest.
And we thought for some time that they would not be necessary.
Say that, man.
So here we have another angle of the forceful deconstruction of system of oppressions. So what shop is this exactly? Is it still the Thai Heng restaurant? But guys, be sure that this must be a pro-CCP establishment. They will not.
They don't care what establishment it is, man. It's a lot of hooligans out there just running around doing whatever they want. You know, a lot of them don't know what's going on. They don't know what's next. They don't know. You know, they don't know what democracy really is. They don't. A lot of them aren't Christians. They don't have a Bible. So they don't know no real truth about what's going on. Again, they have no leadership out there. If they do, it's always control opposition that gives you a leader and leads you by the people you're going against, what they want you to do. So that's probably why no police are breaking up the fires, because that's really what the government want them to do. It's just to cause some trouble, burn some shit, and whatever.
Target even neutral establishments. Like they're not targeting every establishment besides the pro-democracy establishments. Even the neutral ones, they are not targeting them. Only the very red or blue actually establishments get targeted by the
Red and blue. What is this? Democrat and Republic. So they're talking in Republican establishments. I'm still watching to try and figure out what really are they doing. And so far, they don't have any leadership. So far, they don't know what democracy is. They don't even know who controls their very own government. I mean, they aren't very smart.
So someone was taking a drink
Like
from.
they aren't very smart out there. They really aren't. Cause that's not that strategy right there not gonna get nothing done. It's really not. You know, the controllers just looking, laughing, not really even paying attention. And they're probably at home drinking or talking to the devil or something. You know, whatever it is, these people who rule over humans do when they're not on TV or in office.
It, and people immediately told him, "No, don't steal, don't steal." And they blame him when someone was trying to take one drink from the restaurant. They say, "Don't steal, don't steal." All right, that just happened in front of us. We saw here the people who are forcefully deconstructing this establishment of this system of oppression. Someone was trying to take a cup of something from it, and they said, "No, no, no, no." They didn't let him, and he said, "You're right, just put it away." They're saying,
You might as well steal the cup, dude, cause you already broke into the place. I don't know how scripted this is, or who's allowing them to do this, or where the police at, or whatsoever. But you already broke in there. You're tearing shit up already. Like, you're already causing damage. So I'm gonna grab a cup of water or soda if I'm in there. Like, if y'all don't shut the shit up, y'all already fucking breaking up the place. I'm taking this drink. Shut the shit up. I'm finna breaking this shit up. I'm like, really? Dude, grab the drink. Really? Grab the drink. And find some food while you're in there. Like, really?
"Don't steal from it. Just remove the tyranny from it."
Remove the what? So still, you're removing something. It's not yours. You're still stealing. By your own logic, you're still stealing.
Did I
Okay,
just
more
turn the
media.
microphone mute, or did I explain the thing about the guy trying to take a drink and then people telling him
More
to
media. More
don't steal
media.
from here, don't
More
steal
media.
from
We
here,
heard
and
you about the
saying,
drink.
"Oh, all right, you're right," and putting it
Yeah, we heard him about the drink. Look at the press on his shirt. That's the press.
back.
Do do do. Nickety. So the press just let them do whatever. The police and the press just let them do that. I'm assuming. So the press are now inside getting pictures and videos for their reports. Cause when you were with the press, you just go in after them and just get pictures and videos so you can write your report later. And cause that's their job is the press. They're gonna take all their video and reports, go back, put it on paper, put it on video for everybody to see. So the press necessarily doesn't care about pro-democracy. They're just doing their jobs like the cops. The cops necessarily don't care about these people wanting more democracy or greater democracy. That's how it was worded a few months ago. And they're just there to do their job and get some footage. Again, they have such a large police force. Where are the police at? I'm like, That's why I can make the assumption that the people who broke in the store are with the government or something. Maybe the police wasn't. I don't know. I don't know.
They are deconstructing.
Again, controlled opposition, y'all. I'm like, again, I don't know where the police was at during all this. Maybe they still messing around with the dude in the red car.
The oppressive part and therefore renovating it. I think it's good time for a summary. All right, a summary for anyone that might have just joined the live stream. So let me begin by adding that everything started today because people plan to have a massive strike, telling students not to go to school and workers not to go to work. But of course, the government.
Okay, I don't know who set up the strikes and was telling people don't go to work or school around to hundreds of thousands of people. So I don't know if the government put that on TV telling people to have strikes. Just don't know. I don't know who organized these strikes. Again, there's a such thing as controlled opposition. Let's finish listening to him talk.
And the police did not like the idea, right? They don't like the idea of people exercising their rights, specifically Article 27 of the Basic Law of Hong Kong, the right to protest and to strike. So the police were deployed all over the place, starting very early. Some say even as early as 5 a.m. My friends were sending me messages like at 6 a.m. already saying that the police were all over the place. Now I'm going to leave you with Lucas from a few hours ago, who is going to give you a summary. Alright, this is a summary of the day. Everything started very early today. My friends were sending me images at around 6 a.m. already of the riot police everywhere on the streets, even walking through highways between the cars, checking people's cars. The police has been arresting people unlawfully. They're just arbitrarily arresting young people, students, especially girls, very young girls. I've seen so many young girls arrested today. And as we know, there are cases of the police raping girls in the detention center.
I do believe they do rape the girls. I do believe that. And again, like, come on, why don't you go to the detention centers and start some shit at the detention centers?
And police stations. Even there is a case of this girl who had to have an abortion after being gang raped by the police. Now, we saw a lot of violence by the police as well. Yes, we saw some roadblocks being set by the people, but the police was being extremely violent, not only to people who were setting roadblocks, but also to people who were just walking around, reporters, elderly. They even arrested a very, very old lady, who you can see her picture of, a year old. That lady was like 90 years. Sorry, I ignore the part of the old lady. We saw the picture, but I will talk more about the old lady again soon. But now keep listening to my summary from a few hours ago. Year old. They have been pepper spraying, beating up people to the head with batons, firing rubber bullets, lead pellet bags, tear gas directly at people. At lunchtime in Central, the police just started shooting at normal residents, people who were wearing suits. These people were having a lunch break from work, and they were flooded with tear gas. Also, there was in this morning in Saiwanho, there was a shooting. A police shot two unarmed students, very young students, around 20 years old, who were unarmed and who were posing no threat to the police. The police started by taking off his gun and charging at.
Like, what are parents of these young girls that are getting arrested? How they went? Anybody going to go check and see if the parents, when they go pick up these girls or their friends, how they when they go pick up these ladies? Anybody check in on that?
People. Now the two students are in critical condition in the hospital. Now, we also saw another case where the police was riding a motorcycle trying to hit people with it. The police was riding in circles trying to hit people with it and then ramming through a crowd of people who were trying to get away from the police. These are some of the major incidents that we have seen today, but until now, late at night, the police has continually fired tear gas over and over, firing rubber bullets and...
And here's the thing, why aren't they fighting the police when they try to take these young girls? Like, why aren't they approaching these police and just ganging up on them when they're trying to take the woman? Like, they've been taking women. The first broadcast I did on this Hong Kong protest was a couple months ago. They were throwing this young lady on the ground, had a fist, they fucking fist to her neck and all this on the ground. So why is nobody defending these women? Like, y'all all out there protesting, burning shit, but how come none of y'all are defending the women? Like, how come none of y'all are taking the woman's place and telling them to run? Why are the women even out there? Like, come on. Leave it to the man.
Pellet bags at people, not only at demonstrators, but also at reporters and just residents of
But they do need to check on these women that are getting arrested.
the area, just local residents who are around, bystanders basically. We also saw the police sieging, basically firing non-stop at students who were staying inside their schools, holding umbrellas. They were under volley after volley of shots by the police, rubber bullet, lead pellet bags, tear gas, and that was just non-stop. We saw that happening in the Chinese University of Hong Kong, the Polytechnic University of Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong University.
All state owned institutional education.
Now, Carrie Lam had a press conference. The police also had a press conference. Carrie Lam basically was just condemning the what she calls rioters, and she said that every single problem in society right now is because people are violent, and she said that we should not.
Well, no, everything. It's because the governments are violent. It's because people are enslaved. Don't blame the rioters for what the government is doing wrong. Like, you're pointing blame. Don't put the blame on the people asking for freedom. Mr. Carrie Lam, don't put the blame on them. It's the government fault. It's the people in control fault. I'm like, come on, y'all. And of course, you got some hooligans out there, and you got unorganized protests. Like, most of these people don't know what they're doing.
Not describe all of the police department based on the action of some individual police, but then she proceeded to describe the whole movement based on the violence of some protesters. Now, until now, we see more people setting up roadblocks, trying to slow down the police and showing up their discontent that after 5 months of peaceful demonstrations has been ignored completely by the government.
Not completely. They withdrew the extradition bill that there was freaking protesting over in the first place. Like, the extradition bill is like done. It's not up for talks no more. So, like, I still don't know what's going on. The extradition bill is off the table. So what else do they want? Like, if you change the government, you're just gonna get more of the same. You're gonna get the same people in power, dog. It may seem like the illusion of peace, but it's not. Come the fuck on. Not. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Not now.
The reporter is saying that they are aiming their tear gas canisters and mortars directly at the groups of reporters. The reporter is saying that actually the demonstrators are gathered in the crossroads over there. They are gathered in the intersection, but the police is firing tear gas at the reporters. The reporter is saying that one demonstrator came forward to throw the tear gas canisters, the tear gas mortars back at them. Lam Fox, thank you so much for your contribution. Victor, yeah, that's also a good. I think maybe it's both. They want to use more tear gas so that they can buy more from China, but also they want to poison everyone in Hong Kong. So if we all die very soon in Hong Kong, they can replace us sooner as well. I think they want to slowly but surely kill everyone by overexposure to tear gas. I think that's what the police and the government are planning. A massive.
Of exaggeration, they would have shot y'all all with the live bullets. Trust me, they would have shot y'all all already. They wanted to get rid of y'all. And it would have been, no one would have done nothing. The UN would have done nothing. Yo, owners, Europe and America would have done nothing. Yes, Europe, America own China, Hong Kong. They want to get rid of y'all. They get rid of y'all. They don't need to use tear gas. They can do it real fast. Like you just over exaggerating with that though. But yeah, the tear gas can be poisonous. Of course, it's tear gas. So anyone who's at home in Hong Kong, they don't smell the gas.
Genocide, massive genocide.
But again, it is police corruption going on. Of course, it's gonna be police corruption in the next regime. Of course.
Of months after months of tear gas overexposure.
同埋亞皆老街同埋朗豪坊嘅門口一帶嘅，即係砵蘭街一帶嘅。咁我哋見到警方嘅防線咧，最初就係喺砵蘭街嘅山東街後邊，咁咪一路向住亞皆老街推進咯。另一方面咧，咁喺大角咀塘尾道嗰邊咧，亦都係有另一批嘅防暴警察咧，咁就向住十字路嗰個方向咧，咁啊組成咗防線。
Ain't much of a genocide because y'all all look alike, dog.
多門嘅催淚彈，但係佢哋發射完之後咧，咁就跟隨住。
The Melt Baby 1972. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. No, they're not using the tear gas to create a distance between them and the protesters. The protesters were way over there and they were retreating. If they really are going to use tear gas, they should be using it to disperse a crowd and not as the first resource to disperse a crowd. They have other means of dispersing crowds. And we know for a fact for the last 5 months, the police have shot over 6,000, nearing 7,000 tear gas mortars. So I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I don't think you're a 50 cent. Yeah, but
Blah blah. Benefit of the doubt. You gotta have proofs for that 7,000 canisters, dog. That's a lot of canisters just for 5 months. It's 30 days in a month. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 30, 60, 90, 180 days. One a day is 30 a month. That's 180 canisters in 5 months times up to 7,000. 10 times 180. What, 50, 60 canisters a day? I'm going to do the math right. What, 50, 60 canisters a day?
yeah, they are not creating a distance between themselves and the protesters while they retreat. No, let me point you something out. Let me show you something. If you really believe the police would just be doing that, and I'm going to show this to everyone. And this didn't happen once. It happened in like it would even look like it's the same case, but it's different case. It happened twice, exactly when they were getting onto the vans and ready to go away. Look at this. Look at this, please. They always do it when they're going away. They like to fill the street with tear gas. Here, this is another case a few weeks ago. They're going back into their vans, their police vehicles. And then they just close the door and drive away. One more time. Tear gas grenade to the reporters who were there. Directly at the face of this girl. Should I show it one more time? Look, they're going inside the vehicle and they throw a handheld grenade. There you go. It's put right in front of the girl's face. So no, they're not creating distance between themselves and the protesters. They just like to fill the city with tear gas, and that's a fact.
Yeah, that part was fucked up.
Also, not only killing people through tear gas, but please take a look at this video for those of you who haven't watched it. This girl, she was with her shopping bags. All that you see in her face right now is tear gas. I mean pepper spray. You will see how like around 10 police pouring pepper spray on her. Look. Try to count the strings.
Dang, y'all actually came out sad during all this.
They were just showering her. She was in shock. She was blinded and not able to move. People are saying, "Let me."
Why are they even outside shopping and all this, y'all? And y'all didn't know the police was out there acting a fool. You got people out there who aren't protesters acting a fool. Like, y'all didn't know that, and y'all still going uptown, around town shopping. Y'all out there shopping like everything is normal. Then when some shit happens, you're in shock. Like you're actually in shock that a corrupt system is tear gassing the hell out of y'all. Y'all actually in shock about this. You had a nerve to go out shopping that night and all this mayhem. I mean, it's wrong what they're doing, but you just right there standing, shopping.
Just pick her up. Let me try to get her away. And then the police even pepper sprayed those who were trying to help.
Bitch, get out the way, bitch. Run, bitch.
They actually still pepper spraying as you see the video. Someone came running and they pepper spray even more to pepper spray them both. And they took her away.
Why was the dumb bitch standing there though? He not saying why she just stood there and didn't run. Why does that look like a show? Like a fucking show they put on for us. Of her just standing there. Hey bitch, you don't know to run, bitch?
This girl was not even protesting. This girl was just walking on the street. This girl was just walking on the street. Yeah, another thing, I think I should show a few more things before this is all over for tonight. Here's a video. The police saying the following. What he just said, hey, don't record at us. Record the person behind you. He's going to disappear. Like regarding all the people that has disappeared and appeared as mysterious suicides. And of course it created a lot of commotion in the crowd. What else? Do you see that? And there's so many cases that it would take me, like, I think it would take me over a day to go through every single case of what is happening here. The other thing I want to point out, remember guys, remember, it's 21st of July. The gangsters in white t-shirts, there were hundreds of them. They were attacking people all over the place near Yunlong and inside the Yunlong station. The police said that they saw no one suspicious, but we are clear.
Why y'all not fighting back? Why y'all don't fight? Y'all just run. Y'all run, y'all let them take you. Y'all let them take your woman. Y'all don't fight. Y'all don't do nothing. You'll burn some buildings down, but you won't fight the police. Okay, whatever. Okay, y'all need to get some leaders out there, because y'all don't have no leaders. Y'all doing everything blind bats. And again, I'm still upset y'all letting the police just take the woman. Like nobody is pushing the police out the way, grabbing her woman and running. Like, come on here, come on. And the lady getting pepper sprayed, she just stood there like a hole until a guy came and got her and walked away. And they poured water on her face. Like, come on here, somebody pay attention. Like, really?
Video evidence of the police actually talking to them and collaborating with them. This terrorist attack was co-organized by the police.
And then y'all need to get some bats for yourselves and start knocking motherfuckers out. Okay? Self-defense, okay? Very legal. It's not just legal, it's freedom. It's freedom to defend yourself. That's a freedom. Not breaking no law by knocking motherfuckers out. I don't care if they got a badge or not. You're defending yourself.
That day, I beg you guys, if you haven't watched this video, please watch it. It's a documentary, a short documentary by the New York Times.
But I'm gonna end this broadcast. We saw some video. We saw some questionable video. Again, we're trying to figure out control opposition or not. And again, these people don't have no leadership out there in these protests, none at all. You got a bunch of hooligans running with them, a bunch of young hooligans. Again, you had people get shot, or different instances. So we didn't see every instance that somebody got shot. We saw one instance where they was fucking with the police. He pulled his gun and shot him. Again, you have girls coming up missing, but nobody's helping the girls who got arrested today. Nobody's going to the detention centers and burning down the detention centers and getting the people out. Nobody's taking the fight to the government. They're just going around city, burning restaurants. Not even burning restaurants, destroying restaurants. And I guess they did set a fire inside one. Real stupid shit. There's not much substance, there's not much to draw from this. It's poorly planned on their part. Somebody told them there was going to be a strike on Monday. On Saturday, I guess they told them. I don't know who told these people there was going to be a strike. I don't know if the government told them go out and strike or who told them to go out and strike and they actually listened. But again, before the strike, things had calmed down. And this is the way we're at. This is where they at. This is kind of ridiculous to me. One message to Hong Kong: man, protect your woman. It makes no sense to see the police taking your woman, raping your woman. Protect each other. Find some leadership out there because you have no leadership. You all a bunch of blind walking sheep in my eye. You're just blind walking sheeps going around in circles in Hong Kong. Like, just leading the police in circles. You're not going nowhere with the protests. You're not going outside of Hong Kong. You're just not really doing anything in Hong Kong. You got trash on the streets. You're burning some buses. You're getting pepper sprayed, water cannon, tear gas. No one's really hearing y'all out. You know, they're not sending troops because China is owned by Westerners. I mean, Asia, Russia was taken over long ago. This is how you got the United Nations in perfect alignment. These places were taken over long ago. These people would have not agreed. If these were sovereign nations, they would never agree to be in the UN, United Nations. They'll never agree to that. They want their own sovereignty. We ain't got shit to do with United Nations. Just like Yemen and the Gaza Strip. I'm in it right there and trying to figure out what the hell is really going on. And how y'all think this is gonna end? How y'all think this is gonna end really? Like, things just gonna quiet down again until some propagandists tell them to go on strike again. Like what? Like what really is going on? So I'm gonna check the headlines to see what this is leading to. It's leading to something. It's not something for the people, but it's something for the people in power. Not something for the regular old people, but it's leading to something for the people in power. It's Awkward Occurrence, Awkward Entertainment. I'll see you in the next video. That was wild. It's wild, y'all. Wild.